I was looking for a physician who previously I had been misdiagnosed, and I came to the Taylors as I found them on the internet. I'd seen numerous physicians before that. I'd been diagnosed with thyroid problems, and I came to them because I had found them on the internet, and I noticed that they did saliva testing. So as I came to them, I found that I felt like that they would diagnose me in the correct way because I'd been misdiagnosed. I'd been told that my problems were old age, it was genetic, it was all in my mind. And as I came to the Taylors with my previous testing, they spent almost 2 hours reviewing all the previous tests that I had and trying to come up with a diagnosis. And they realized I'd been misdiagnosed, and I was probably on the wrong hormone replacement in an excessive amount. So after we did the saliva testing, they did find I was on the wrong hormones. It was excessive, and they worked to find the correct dosage, the correct diagnosis. And but primarily that was the thyroid that they had worked upon. My life was significantly affected before I came to see the Taylors. Prior to that, I'd been a very active person. I did lots of exercise, played golf, had lots of energy, and all of a sudden I did notice that I had enormous amounts of fatigue. I could not do what I used to do. My exercise, I would exercise easily 30 minutes a day, and that went down to 20 to 15 minutes. But just my overall health was just slowly deteriorating, and I felt I was too young for that to happen. So that was another indicator. That was a huge indicator. My hair falling out was a big indicator, and not being able to lose weight like I previously had. And I felt because all of this happened so quickly, right after some surgery, I knew it had been affected and impacted by something in my life. When I came to the Taylors, I had so many different symptoms, so many different problems, and they were very comprehensive in diagnosing all the problems that I had. And they, with the saliva testing, with some blood testing, with amino acid testing, GI panel testing, they were able to diagnose that I had the hormone problem, had adrenal fatigue, very deficient in amino acid. My liver did not work correctly. I had enormous amounts of food sensitivities, very severe in food that I ate, and not the type of food that you would think. It was everything I ate, in that it was apples, bananas, lettuce. So when a physician might tell you to eat proper food, if it's not the correct food, then it really does the body more damage than good. And also, prior to coming to the Taylors, I had seen other physicians. They gave me enormous amounts of testosterone, estrogen, progesterone, DHEA, and that contributed to huge amounts of hair loss. So now my hair is beginning to come back normally, but the diagnosis was comprehensive. It's quite complex in that I did have food sensitivities, I did have parasites, I have the adrenal issue, as well as the thyroid, because I did have the Hashimoto's disease, which is an autoimmune disease. And Dr. Taylor, I don't have that anymore. And that was always diagnosed that you would have that for life. And he got rid of that. So that was truly a miracle that I no longer have this autoimmune disease.